Hello everyone. The GSARA announcement is getting ready to be announced. When they announce the GSARA announcement, they are going to pay off all your mortgages, your credit cards, your car notes, your student loans. Any bank loan is getting ready to be paid off. We're getting ready for a debt jubilee at any time now. Everything is getting ready to change, guys. They're getting ready to have the GSARA announcement. They're going to have an EBS with martial law. They're going to tell you about these disclosures, and they're going to have redemption center appointments where you are going to be able to go into these facilities and receive a fully loaded debit card with all the money that you paid out to the Internal Revenue Service for the last 30 years. You're going to get back all your birth certificate bond money. So when you were born, they put a birth certificate bond on you. You were sold on the New York Stock Exchange when you were born. That's why your name appeared all over the place in caps. So the way that they kept you a debt slave was when you signed on the dotted line for your mortgage. What they did was they paid off your mortgage with your birth certificate bond money. Then they turned around and charged you again for your house with interest. So this is how they kept you a debt slave. They not only did it with your mortgage, but they did the same thing with your car notes, your credit cards, and your student loans. So this is how they kept you a debt slave. They committed at least 30 acts of fraud when you signed for your house. 30 acts of fraud when you signed for your house. So again, this is how the banking system, the Rothschild banking system, kept you a debt slave. Rothschild family, who own 80% of all the wealth in the country, they created a new government. We already had the republic, but in 1871 they created a new government. The Rothschild banking system has been taken down. They created the Federal Reserve, which has been taken down. They also created the Internal Revenue Service, which has been taken down. So once we have the GSARA announcement, they should announce right away that the Internal Revenue Service has been taken down. So what the Rothschild did in 1871, they created an illegal government. They created the Federal Reserve, but the way that they were able to get away with that was they went into the Department of Treasury and they used murder and they used blackmail to create the Federal Reserve. The people who would have opposed the creation of the Federal Reserve were on the Titanic. The rich men that would have opposed the creation of the Federal Reserve was on the Titanic. Now, J.P. Morgan was supposed to be on the Titanic, but at the last minute, he decided not to get on that particular ship. So did he know something? So understand, guys, so since 1871, we've had a government called the United States Incorporated. That government is now bankrupt. And because that government is now bankrupt, all the laws and rules and regulations that were created since that particular time are null and void, per the Chevron Doctrine, which came out on June 28th. So understand, guys, so since 1871, we've had a government called the United States Incorporated. That government is now bankrupt. And because that government is now bankrupt, all the laws and rules and regulations that were created since that particular time are null and void, per the Chevron Doctrine, which came out on June 28th. All the laws that were created after 1871 is null and void. Is that why they said we don't have a Congress right now? I've heard that all Congress has been arrested. All the Congress has been arrested, and the 93 senators were arrested because they certified the election in 2020. So do we have a Congress? Do we have a Senate? So there's a lot going on right now. I know all of this is a movie, but it's very interesting about what they did, how they took over this country in 1871. But the Chevron doctrine is big. Everybody needs to be looking at the Chevron doctrine right now because it gutted the whole system. It gutted the whole country, the Chevron doctrine. I also heard that most of the Supreme Court is no longer there also. So let's see. I'm ready for this movie to end. I'm ready to know the truth so we can move on and take care of each other as we move into a 5D new earth. So what you need to do is go to my website at cathyharrisinternational.com and read those 3 articles on there so you can understand what is getting ready to happen. Again, cathyharrisinternational.com. Read those 3 articles so you can prepare yourself for what's getting ready to happen.